This is a story of a man who built Apple computers from a very humble beginning. I am Warren, an old engineer now, who has seen this wonderful story unfold in front of my eyes. I was an engineer, a little older, more cautious. Steve, he was different. He had this spark in his eyes, like he could already see the future. And he wasn't going to stop until the rest of us saw it too. That's how Apple began. Not in a fancy office, not with millions of dollars, but in a dusty garage with circuit boards, wires, and a dream. We built the Apple I together, piece by piece. Steve Wozniak, the brilliant engineer, would work day and night. Wiz designed, Steve pushed, and I helped solder, test, fix. Steve wasn't the one drawing circuits, but he had a gift. He could look at our rough boards and say, make it smaller, make it cleaner, make it something people will love. And people did love it. The Apple II became a hit. Suddenly, this little garage project turned into a real company. We went from eating pizza on the floor to being worth millions. But with success came something else. Steve's hunger grew bigger than the garage. He didn't just want to build computers. He wanted to change the world. In 1984, we launched the Macintosh. Steve stood on stage and showed a computer that could talk, draw pictures, and fit on a desk. People gasped. It was magical. But inside the company, things weren't so magical. Steve was a genius, yes, but he was also demanding, impatient, sometimes impossible. He wanted perfection, and if you couldn't deliver, he would push you until you broke. The board of directors decided they couldn't handle him anymore. And just like that, Steve was out. Imagine being fired from the company you built. I still remember the day he left. He was angry, but behind the anger, I saw something else. Hurt, betrayal, a fire that hadn't gone out. Most people would have given up. Not Steve. He started another company called Next. The computers were beautiful, too advanced, maybe too expensive. But the ideas inside them, object-oriented software, sleek design, they were ahead of their time. And while Next struggled, Steve found another playground, Pixar. Yes, Pixar, the animation studio. He poured money into it, and one day, they released Toy Story, the world's first computer animated movie. A masterpiece. Steve had failed, yes. But he was learning, sharpening, waiting for the right moment to return. In 1997, Apple was dying. Without Steve, no one knew how to lead Apple in the right direction. Apple was out of idea, out of innovation, and only one person could save it. The company was weeks away from collapse. The only way they could save Apple was by bringing Steve back. So they begged Steve to come back, and then Steve agreed to come back, and with him he brought Next, the software, which can power Apple computer. Steve was back to nurture his baby Apple computers. He cut down products, simplified the line, and focused the company. And then came the iMac. A colorful, playful computer that said, Apple is back. But Steve didn't stop with computers. He wanted to put 1,000 songs in your pocket. That's how the iPod was born. He wanted to put the internet in your hand. That's how the iPhone was born. He wanted to make technology disappear into beauty. And that's how the iPad was born. I stood backstage during some of those launches. Watching him on stage was like watching a magician. He didn't just sell gadgets. He sold dreams. He made people believe. I watched Steve's journey from a barefoot dreamer in a garage to the leader of the most valuable company in the world. I watched him fail, fall, and rise again. Was he difficult? Yes. Was he demanding? Absolutely. But without that fire, without that relentless push for perfection, Apple would not be Apple. Today, every time you swipe your phone, listen to music, or open a sleek laptop, you are living inside Steve's dream. I'm an old engineer now. My hands shake when I hold a soldering iron, but when I see the glow of an Apple logo in the dark, I smile. Because I remember the young man who once told me we're going to change the world, and you know what? He did. Thank you for watching. Please give us thumbs up if you like it.